Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the 1 Point Safety Show. Now, I'm going to start with something that might split the fan base right away. The Washington Commanders might not get pick 7 completely right. Because of this draft, it's a trap. We've got wide receivers, we've got offensive, we've got defensive players that fit Dan Quinn's system. But unfortunately, one bad decision sets the team back for years. Now, tonight, we're going to speak about uniforms. We're going to speak about major NFL rule changes. But the real questions about these franchises right now are, what are we doing at 7? And we'll do our mock draft. Anyway, that's enough of me rambling. On with the pod. So hello, everyone. Welcome back to the 1 Point Safety Show with myself, Scott Hartley, and the GM himself, Scouse Andy. How are you, mate? You all right?
I'm good, mate. Yeah, I'm good. Things are looking up for a change. How about yourself, mate?
All good, mate. Yeah, absolutely perfect. Long weekend. Brilliant. Can't wait. Mate, 4 days off work. Happy days. Yeah, all good from my end. So are you stressed about pick 7 then, mate?
Not really. I'm not massively stressed, mate. But there's plenty of ways that we can go, so that's why I'm not too worried. But yeah, we'll have to go into it a bit more. What about you, mate?
Fair enough. Yeah, I'm not stressed about it. I wouldn't say I'm stressed particularly about it. I just hear a lot of talk. 1 week it's Jeremiah Love. 1 week it's Mansour Delane. 1 week it's Carnell Tate. I mean, hacks are just getting they're not used to writing now. They're just getting bored of the draft, and it's coming around very quickly, so it'll soon be here. So yeah, can't wait, mate. Shout out to Jesse and Scott G, who are in the chat already. But before we get going, mate, we'll do a quick word from our sponsors, and then we'll be straight back into it. So if you want to skip forward on Spotify or Apple Pods, skip forward 52 seconds and you won't have to hear this. So here's a quick word from our sponsors. We are Dunstable Town FC's Talk of the Town podcast sponsor this season. If you're into non-league football, go over and give them a follow on Talk of the Town podcast. You can also go to our other sponsor, which is myoddballs.com. Oddballs produce scarves, hats, boxer shorts, you name it, all in funky styles. There's 50% off at the moment on their store. Go ahead, go and have a look at them. It's myoddballs.com. Also, if you're into the writing side of Washington Commanders and you want to have an interaction with some of the other podcasts out there, you can go to bleedingburgundy.com. Go over, have a look, check their website out, and it will all be good for you all. Thank you, everybody, and on with the pod. So that was just a quick word from our sponsors there. Uniform drops then, mate. We've got to talk about it. This has obviously come out over the bit of a social media tease, shall we say, of someone wheeling in some jerseys, or what we think are jerseys. I mean, we're starting with something different, but let's be honest, it matters a lot more than people think. We're unveiling new uniforms on April the 15th. By the look of it, Adam Peters is very coy on Up with Kay Adams. We had an interview with her at Arizona. Didn't really say a great deal. It's obviously just before the draft is coming out, which is interesting because the draft hats and everything have dropped. It's not a full rebound brand. It's more of a reset. I think it's going to be like the 1980s and early 90s Super Bowl era vibe style. What are your thoughts, mate?
Yeah, I mean, it's nice. It's nice to kind of say look back, but then it's kind of also we need to start making things new histories with the Commanders rather than just the old Redskins stuff. So it's kind of, I like it, but we also need to move on as well a little bit. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't mind seeing something like the spear on the helmet or something like that. That'd be really cool. We know we don't have the original emblem back, but a spear I think is a good kind of compromise. And we'll see what the colours come back with. I mean, at the end of the day, we are burgundy and gold. I mean, that's what we're known for. So we should have burgundy and gold. We shouldn't have yellow. You know what I mean? That's part of the thing. It should be gold, real gold. Dark gold like it used to be. But what about you? What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think it's. I mean, I'll be honest. I'm I don't really mind the colours as they were, as long as it's not that hideous Arizona looking away kit that we had a few years ago when the Commanders rebrand first came around. It was awful. I love the Super Bowl era jerseys. Yeah, fantastic. Cam, who's in our chat, actually got me an old jersey. He said, I've got this spare, so you can take this away with you. And I was like, oh, brilliant. And I had a look, it was a Reebok one from years and years ago. And the colour scheme on it is just completely like, yeah, it makes a massive difference when you look at it. But when you put that up against the Nike Super Bowl era one that came out last year, I was like, it's not that far off. You know what I mean? The color scheme, the way it works is great. But as you said, mate, it's about building connections to this franchise now. You know what I mean? Having that nod to the past is all well and good. And I'm never going to, I'm a Redskins fan, always have been, always will be. You know, I was also a Washington football fan. Now I'm a Commanders fan, the same as you have been. This is our franchise and we just got to start winning, mate. That's what it is. But look at that Kerrigan poster behind you. That's exactly what I'm expecting to come out, mate. Are you expecting the same?
Yeah, something like that. I think that's going to be part of it. I do think they're going to try and put it back too near enough. The old Redskin stuff. I really do think they're going to try and match it. No, I say maybe not word for word, but near enough, you know, and like maybe 90%, 85% of what they're showing. But yeah, I say, you know, it's nice to do that. It's nice to pay homage to the past and stuff, which we were one of the premier teams. We were one of the pillars of the NFL. You know,
absolutely.
We always have. And now, yeah, it doesn't feel the same just because the name's not the same. But again, this is the franchise. This is what it is. This is the same build. This is the same team, the same franchise, the same everything besides new ownership and new names. So I'm all for it, you know. But yes, I do like certain things, and I would like a spear. I'm not going to lie.
Same. I mean, Josh Harris obviously mentioned it. He said he's going to honour the past and look to the future. He also confirmed that they're sticking with the Commander's name. So let's just get that one out now, and let's just move on from that.
I think it's hard. I mean, it really is difficult. I mean, I get it I understand it from both angles, you know. I mean, I'm one of the guys who's on the side of I want the Redskins name back, you know, because that's what this franchise was known for. 70 years of that, you know. And I understand, and most people who are on the Redskins bandwagon will be thinking the similar type thing. This franchise is the majority of its whole existence has been the Redskins. So I understand it from that angle. I understand why they're angry, and I was angry when we lost it originally. I was fuming for a couple of years, you know. But then, as I say, unfortunately, a sign of the times. You know, we're not going to be able to get that back, and no matter how much. I mean, I'd love it back personally, but again, we're not that anymore. You know, we are. I say it's a new chapter, it's a new era. We're going to have to do it. You know, we're going to have to move with it. We can't just keep hating on the team because the name's changed. You know what I mean? We've got to come together as a fan base, and most of us have. You know, but there's still a lot out there that are just still very bitter about it, and they do need to hopefully because we want them back on our teams. You know what I mean? We want them back as part of us. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So this is what it's about for me. It's camaraderie and it's brotherhood, and not just for the players, but for the fans as well. And I think it's hard to do that when you've changed the name over the last couple of years. I mean, I think that's I kind of get it from both angles, but you know, you got to, unfortunately, you know, we've got to reluctantly move on. You know, what do you think?
Absolutely. So yeah, I agree. Scott G says expect the current and former International Fan of the Year to get free jersey exchange for us fans. Don't think they're going to go that far, mate, to be fair, but we can try. Deluxe says it can honour the past through the future through 4 jerseys, 3 helmets. Cam says he loves that. He loves that scheme behind you, obviously with the Kerrigan poster. Jesse's come out. Well,
a poster. It's a big canvas.
Sorry, canvas that's signed as well.
Get away from signed canvas.
Sorry. Yeah. Okay.
And you want Redskins for life on it. You want Redskins for life on it as well.
Nice. Yeah, it does. Yeah. Jesse says we'll probably have a spear of some sort, though I've never liked the Florida State look-alike. Yeah, I understand that.
Oh, not Florida State, but also I'm a Gators fan, so that kind of puts me against them anyway.
So Rod says if the W goes, will OPSS change the logo? Who knows, mate? We'll wait and see.
Get a Florida State look-alike fake spear on the side of our helmet, on the side of our hats.
Scott G says he prefers the old style color scheme and old logo. Nicknames have moved on. It's been 6 years. It'll pass time and move on. Agree, Jesse. Yeah, I completely agree with you.
There's people that just won't want to, can't get over it. But we want those fans, as I said before, we want those fans on our team now, on our side. You know what I mean? Rather than against us and all the bickering between us all on social medias. And it'd be nice to be all on the same page. It's just hard. I just find a lot of people just very rooted in their old ways.
Absolutely. Well, we'll get on to it, mate. The news that's really important was the owners' meeting. Wasn't really important, but hey, it is. Josh Harris covered a lot. He said that the stadium project is still on track for 2030 opening. I mean, yeah, it's massive, isn't it? It really is. It's not just a stadium; it's about the identity of this team, really. If you look at what he said, I listened to an interview on JP Finley's pod that he had Harris directly on, obviously with all the rest of the media from DC, and he said, it even looks like RFK, which is what they wanted to obviously keep that style in and keep the way it's going. From the renderings that we've seen, it looks spectacular, and obviously I can't wait to.
It looks like it's a brand new. RFK. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It isn't just a random stadium that they're stuck into Washington. You know what I mean? Like FedEx is just stuck in around the middle of nowhere, where this is exactly on the same old RFK, and they're making it look similar to the old RFK, but hopefully a million times better. How much it's going to cost? All the mod cons, etc. I mean, and that's what I love about it. And that's what I love about this ownership as well. It's yes, because I still am a Redskins guy. I want us to do that. So something really important like a stadium and make it look like the old one to a certain extent, it definitely brings back to us. Do you know what I mean? And I think it's a great idea from the boys there to do that.
Yeah, I think it says we're here to stay and we're doing it properly. You know what I mean? That is exactly what it's about. It's about doing it properly, having a really amazing stadium that you can see from the horizon. As soon as you drive either side, it's there. It's right in front of you. There's no getting away from it, which I think is great. Also, while he was there, he backed Dan Quinn, Adam Peters, and said, obviously, yes, it was a down year, but he's locked in with Adam Peters and Dan Quinn. Also, big emphasis on culture. Bringing a more athletic roster in and improving the facilities. And when we say improving the facilities, he did mention he's putting another £25 million into the stadium as it stands at the moment, another £10 million into the training facilities as well. So, I mean, this guy so far spent nearly 200 million quid or dollars, on the stadium, which is just insane. To think I'm building you a 3 billion plus stadium, which is going up every week. I think it's about 3.4 now. And I've also invested like 250 million in your stadium and facilities. I mean, fair play, man. That's why we're getting these end of term report cards, and the facilities are better, a lot better. I mean, what have you noticed? I mean, we've been going to the home opener for the last 5 years. Cam was there with us this time as well. I've never not mind. I don't mind FedEx. I look at FedEx and Northwest. Let's get it right. I look at that stadium and go, you know what? It isn't as bad as everyone makes out. You know what I mean? It's the worst stadium in the whole of the NFL. Jesus, if that's the worst stadium in the NFL, come and watch some local football with me, because you're pissing in the trough. Do you know what I mean?
That's like going to watch high school Friday night football. You know what I mean? It's like, it's a little bit different. You're watching, the second and third division of English football. So that's why, yeah, some of the shit old we've been to watch is crazy. But so that's why, yes. So us, FedEx is an upgrade. Oh, sorry, Northwest Stadium is an upgrade compared to that. But obviously, this is the NFL. This is the America's game. This is the biggest sport in America, and also now it's getting even bigger in Europe, in the world.
yeah.
You got to have stadiums that match that shit now. You know what I mean? You can't get away with it now. You can't have these old derelict stadiums. At the end of the day, how old's FedEx now? Or 30 years old? Something like that.
Yeah, 91, I think it was.
Actually, I can't remember.
89, something like that, yeah.
It might have been actually later. I think it was a 99, 98. I can't remember, actually. I think it was when Snyder bought the team, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Exactly. So when he bought the team, that was the first year of FedEx. I can't remember what year that was now, but I'm sure one of the boys in the chat will let me know. But either way, my point is that it's not really lasted the test of time, has it? The stadium's like, 20, 30, 35 years old. And then it's like, this is shit.
yeah, absolutely. Jalen Hurts getting hit with a bloody by fans leaning over. That's just fat Philly fans. But let's get it right. But
well, Philly fans deserve that type shit. You know what I mean? But so that's the disappointing part of it, that it wasn't built properly. It was rushed. It was rushed, and I say from other fans who used to better stadiums, they come here, they're like, this is pretty shit compared to what they're used to in their home stadiums. That's the difference. You know, as us English boys, so we're used to kind of average stadiums, especially when you go into lower leagues. You know, you're looking at really average stadiums or very small stadiums, and then this is like, oh wow, this is an 80,000 stadium. You know, this has got this and that the other. You know, this is different. You know, but obviously from other American NFL fans who come here on the away as the away supporters, are like, this doesn't cut the mustard. You know, so it'd be unbelievable when we see a real stadium, i.e., when we go to see when we get our new stadium, or if we go to an away game somewhere nice. You know what I mean? You know the difference there, like.
You do. Shout out to my lovely wife who is upstairs. Said, I thought you were talking to yourself. No, I'm not. And then obviously Cam has said, haha, she's done you, mate. Yeah. Happy days. Yeah, cheers for that. 75,000 includes the standing room only. Scott G also says he's surprised they mentioned the 75,000 capacity. Obviously, domed stadium roof, and it's 75,000, which is awesome, because that then makes sure that you get a Super Bowl. I think we're looking at, I did hear someone from the media say that basically it happens normally in year 2 of the stadium. When they talk about having only because of kinks. Do you know what I mean? So if you look at someone like SoFi, or you look at Las Vegas, for example, the Allegiant, they went in year 2, they had a Super Bowl. So that's the sort of time where you're going, okay, it needs a couple of years to bed in to make sure there's no kinks.
Las Vegas getting the Super Bowl next 27, is it? 28?
27, 20, yeah. 27.
This has just been announced, hasn't it? Vegas,
yes,
but I don't know what year.
So I think we'll be about 32. I think by the time we get there.
Yeah, and I think the guys I mentioned in the chat, but I think it is about 65, isn't it? And then with like 10 or 12,000 extra standing seats, standing areas. Jesse, there's 75 plus 12,000 standing room. Yeah, and I think the 12,000 standing room will only happen at Super Bowl. Or, you know what I mean? I don't think our stadium would sell out unless we were like ridiculously good, successful. You know what I mean? Yeah. If we're flying on the wave of like the first season under Dan, you know, we have to see, as in DQ Dan. But yeah, well, let's see. We'll have to see. But yeah, I mean, everything's looking up for us. You know, they can't get much worse. I mean, last season was poor, man, and then. Not the year before, but the year before that was even worse. It was like absolute turgid. So we're kind of at least getting some ups and downs, but you're going to take that at the start of a new ownership period, aren't you? Really?
Of course you are. Yam says, "Damn, I missed the start. Even had notifications. What the hell, YouTube? Yeah, sorry about that, Yam. I don't know whether the notifications are coming out. I hope they are. But
YouTube.
Thank you for being here. We appreciate everybody in the chat." Most importantly, mate, he mentioned Jaden Daniels. He said he's back in Jaden Daniels. Obviously, you'd expect him to say that, but you don't want to be guessing your QB or second guessing your QB. You know what I mean? Thoughts on him pushing Jaden Daniels and saying, well, he's our guy?
Well, yeah. I mean, I think the idea now is that we've seen how good he can be, and that's obviously added pressure for him as well, because that's the expectation now. That rookie season is like, yeah, man, we need you back to that level. So that's what this season, if he stays healthy, that's what we're going to be expecting. As fans, we're going to expect a real good season from him, which just put a lot of pressure on him. But I'm just hoping that there's no ego there, you know what I mean? Because everyone keeps licking your ass for years and years on end, eventually you're going to find yourself a point where your ego is massive. You know what I mean? And I think it's a case of I hope last season might be a bit of a reality check for him. You know what I mean? That he can get hurt, that he isn't Superman. Do you know what I mean? And I'm hoping that he's learned from that. And then this year he's going to step up this year. That's what I'm hoping for.
What's a successful season look like for you then, Scouse, for Jaden?
for Jaden. 4,000 yards passing, 30 to 35 TDs.
30 TDs. We haven't had a 30. When was the last time? Who was the last 30 TD QB?
I don't think we've had one.
We've never. I don't think we've had one.
He did it in his rookie year, which I can't remember. But...
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
Yeah, I think Kirk was closest to 29. I think if JD didn't do it in his first season.
Speaking of Kirk, he's still got the best agent in the world. Fair play to him.
I'm surprised no one's taking this agent on, man. As in, like, hiring him to be an agent for them. This guy's crazy. I mean, I understand that really that new Raiders deal is only a $20 million 1 year guaranteed, even though it's got 5-year ridiculous numbers on it. But we know it's 1 year, $20 million, really. But still,
yes,
a guy who's finished, and unfortunately, Kirk is finished. To get $20 million again, his agent's making fucking gold out of shit. Do you know what I mean? It's crazy.
Scott G says he needs to repeat his rookie season. Don't disagree with you, Scott. I think that's probably about right.
But again, it's that repeat his rookie season. It's in like the numbers he produced or the results the team produced. Do you know what I mean? Because what happens if Hayden does the same numbers, but we get knocked out first round of playoffs, so we don't even make it to the playoffs? Then you're thinking, well, that's a shit season, isn't it? So what do you do with that? So it's it obviously comes hand in hand. Usually, normally if your QB's good, you normally get to the playoffs. But as Joe Burrow doesn't always work that way. So it's it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting, but but for me, I think it's got to be those big numbers. It's got to be expected of him now. It's like, mate, this is your third year. This is the time you take that huge leap now and go, boom, this is it. And the problem is, though, he kind of expedited the kind of expectations because it was great for his first season. So see how it goes.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we'll just talk about it now. We might as well talk about it now. If we hit 500 subscribers before the draft, we're giving away a jersey of the first round draft pick, whoever we pick, and you can be on the wheel of doom, as we called it. We do a random wheel, and it isn't fixed, Scott G. And someone out there who is subscribed to the channel will win the jersey. And there's been a few from the last video, so thank you everybody who came on last video. What I'm going to ask you to do is make sure that you are subscribed. So put in the chat below, make sure it's liked, that you've liked this show that we're on now. Make sure you are subscribed. Just put subbed, and then what word can we think of, Scouse, that we can get the chat to put? What do you think the word should be?
Aye.
No. Come on. What word should we use?
Scouse?
Just put Scouse. There you go. Put subbed and then put Scouse in the chat, and that'll get you an entry on the wheel. If you've done it already last week, we've already collated the people who did it last week. So thank you for everybody who was there last week. But yeah, pop over to YouTube and write subbed and Scouse, and we'll make sure you get an entry into the draw for winning the jersey. Onto other news, mate. Rule changes. There was a few rule changes, but before we get there, Deluxe has put something up. After a successful season for JD5 includes growth from under center, passing games, less reliance on running, leading to more explosive runs when he uses it. Exactly.
It's a good point, especially in the center stuff, because we don't do a lot of play action. I think if we had a better run game, we'd be able to do that. And I think the problem you've got, though, we still got all the shitty at center at the moment. So those snaps just aren't going to be good, man. Even under center, I could just see fucking butt fumble style shit. Do you know what I mean? So it's we need a center, man, in a big way to help JD with that one.
Exactly. Right. Well, we'll get on to onside kicks, mate, was the first rule change. So basically, onside kicks now, they can now be declared at any time during the game, which is good to declare them at any time, but you're declaring an onside kick still. Still, for me, that ruins the surprise of doing an onside kick. Oh, yes, by the way, it's the second quarter and we're 14-0 up, so we're going to do an onside kick.
Yes, and that's the thing you see. For me, that's the killer. You do the onside kick usually for the art of surprise, the element of surprise. but or you're desperate right at the end of the game, which everyone knows you're going for an onside kick at that point. So this is what pisses me off. It's like you can declare it anytime. Oh, we shouldn't have to declare it at all. If you want to do an onside kick, you do an onside kick whenever you want. First kickoff of the game, last kickoff of the game, whatever. Doesn't matter. But again, I don't understand why you've got to declare it. It just ruins it. Like, just ruins the actual play.
You're right. You're absolutely right. I do agree with you there. Kickoff changes as well. If the kickoffs change, so if the ball goes to the 50 and it goes to the 50, basically if it goes out of bounds. So straight off kickoffs, people have been kicking it out of bounds, stop people returning. That's gone now. There's also a slight change to the returning side of it as well, where they're now going to have 4 players that can have some sort of the ball at some stage, and it's to do with concussions. So they're looking at trying to bring down the concussions. So
is this actually a man's game still, or has this become a pussy game? Let's reduce concussions. Well, then just get rid of the kickoff completely. Then might just do that. Then if you get rather than giving 4. Some bullshit 4 thing where you can't even like fucking run the ball more than 10 yards anyway before you get hit. You know what I mean? It's just kind of like, come on. It's like either you allow the contact or you don't have it at all. So kickoffs and punts, well, just give them the ball at the 30, and that's it. Then just leave it at that. You know what I mean?
I don't disagree with you.
If you're really worried about concussion and stuff like that because of special teams and how fast guys are running down the field and they're trying to come up. And that collision, well, then just take out the game. I still want it in. By the way, that's my opinion. I want that. I want to be as violent as it used to be. To be honest with you, I think the guys get paid millions of dollars. I think the guys should put themselves on the line. You know what I mean? Like you're getting paid that kind of corn. Your body. They're already putting it through now. But imagine what it was years ago when you can actually really tackle somebody and you can be a bit naughty at times and get away.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Well, that's the kind of shit I like. You know what I mean? I like that kind of stuff, but you can't do it anymore, and it kind of ruins some of the enjoyment of the game. I think you got to kind of keep it. I understand you want to try and protect players, but then on the flip side is the guys get hurt anyway. Look how many injuries there was last season, probably in the NFL. It's ridiculous. And this is with these reductions of things and changes of things and rules and all this. You know what I mean? So it just pisses me off, to be honest with you. I like that kind of violent contact,
Yeah, Algretti approves Scouse wrong. Hot take for the 2nd of April. And Scott G also came back and said owners don't want their $1 million assets killed either. Yeah, I understand that, but don't put them out on special teams then if that's the case.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you don't want them on specials, then don't play them on specials. If these guys, to be fair, your studs shouldn't really be on there anyway. Being honest,
no, they shouldn't be. You're right. You're absolutely
right. But again, it's one of them, isn't it? It's like when you put Darryl Green back for kickoff or punt returns, at desperate stakes because he was just that damn good and damn fast. It's kind of like, oh yeah, he's your stud. You don't normally see him on specials, but then once in a while you might. But again, players still going to get hurt anyway. I think this is the problem. It's kind of like I've always been like a big protector of protect the quarterback. The quarterback's the most important piece. But without that, the second tier, unfortunately, the backup quarterback in most teams just aren't nowhere near the level of the starter. There's not enough quality quarterbacks in the NFL that you can have a really top level guy who's a backup. You just haven't got that. So for me, it's all about protect the quarterback. That's why I say a little bit different when it comes to JD. Like, no, you got to protect him. You got to do this and that. And create that bubble around him. That's what your line's for. Whereas other players, I'm like, no, you put your body on the line, bro. Do you know what I mean?
I know what you're saying.
Because, unfortunately, you're more replaceable than the quarterback is.
He's just a running back.
Yeah. Unfortunately, even the boys I love, the Terrys, the whoever, it's kind of like, yeah, you get paid your 20 million, whoever it is, to put your body on the line and get smoked. My quarterback, I want even though he's 60 million or whatever, 70 million guy eventually, I don't want him here, So, because if he goes down, the whole team goes down, and that's just how fat. And that's exactly what it was like last season. And that's what happens to most teams. If you lose a starting quarterback for most of the season, they very, very rarely do well in that season. Very rarely. So,
successful season for J5 in Yams. Will be playing in all 17 games, 65% completion, 3,000 plus yards, 18 passing TDs, 10 rushing TDs. 12 or under interceptions, 45 sacks or under, 700 rushing yards. That means the running backs are working. Yeah, agreed. Completely agree.
It's again, still a lot of rush yards there. I don't
That's
really
a lot of rush yards.
I don't want to see Jaden run unless he really has to.
Mm-hmm.
If the play breaks down and he rolls out and he gets 5 or 10, that's fine by me. But none of these kind of deliberate run plays for him. Cliff got him killed last year. Do you know what I mean? Now you understand. You might go, well, no, that might have been just it might have been the play call, or it might have been JD just going, no, I've seen that gap there. I can just run into it myself. Now, if that's the case, you've got to rein that in on him because, as I say, he's the merchandise. He's the guy that you got to keep him upright. And if he's putting himself in the way, as in for a 5-yard gain, and he's going to get his head knocked off, well, then I don't want that. Do you know what I mean? I'd rather him fucking get no yards and live to play the next down. Do you know what I mean? So he's got to be smart with them, and the team has to be as well. Especially with play calling around JD.
Doug says Sean Taylor paid specials, led to blocked kick goal, kick return, and winning field goal when he recovered it. Yeah, he did.
Is that Dallas Deluxe?
Yes,
I think it was, wasn't it?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the studs produced, but again, nowadays it's kind of, I say it's still watered down, though, isn't it? It's still watered down now compared to what it used to be.
It is. Yeah. Last one that come out, well, the big one really was the league can now step in and fix clear officiating mistakes with replacement referees. So because we're watching games and we watch games all the time and watch refs completely lose it. If they actually get it right and New York can step in and say, I actually got that wrong. Are you for this? I mean, once the genie's out of the bottle, you can't put it back in, can you, I suppose?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I've always been an advocate of the referees being full-time.
Mm-hmm.
That he can't have a second job. Even though I know the season's only, 3 months long or whatever it is, 4 months long. It's for me, it's like, no, you should be honing your craft in the off season, just like players do. You got to take it serious. You got to take it professionally, and you should be learning not just rules of the game or these new rule changes. I'm talking like you should be on, as all the teams of these referees, they should all be in sync at all times. You know what I mean? And you only get that with reps. And I don't mean in NFL reps. I'm talking like even just in training. Even like refereeing some fucking college games, high school games, anything like that during the season, during the off season. Anything that's available, they should be there as a team and doing and actually working out on that, and also keep themselves in shape as well to be able to handle the running in between the downs and all the rest of it. When they're putting the ball down and stuff like that. So, but and it should always be that way. This is the only sport I think it's in the world that's at a high level. That's like big money involved. That the referees aren't professional.
It does baffle my head that they're not professional people. As in, they probably are professional people, but not professional. As in, they don't have a professional title as a referee.
Yeah, they're not professional referees. They're just like kind of, you could stick one of us on the sidelines. You know what I mean? Like you really could do that. Some of the time, some of these calls these guys are calling at some point. It's crazy, it's like, but they know as well though that they've got, replay assist. That's going to help them out anyway. So but the thing is though, it's like when the referees aren't held accountable for piss poor decisions, they're going to keep making more of them.
But that's why this is going to help, because if you've got a really egregious decision that's gone on and it's clear and obvious that this is a problem, then New York can step in and say you've got it wrong.
And that's on any play at all.
Yeah.
So what happens if it's like a holding, a phantom hold? They're going to replay that.
No, it says fix clear officiating mistakes. So
that's the problem. A hold is a mistake.
Yeah, but
see what I mean?
Is it clear?
Well, can you see it's clear and obvious?
That's what I mean. That's what I'm saying. So
look at the cherry bomb for us. Look at the end zone touchdown problem we had.
We're getting down to VAR here, mate. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. And that's the problem, isn't it? How far do you go with it? You know what I mean? NFL have always been good, really, with using replay for
touchdowns.
Touchdowns and spotting the ball and all this type of thing, they're not even pretty good with that. But now they're starting to get in the realms of re-refereeing the games. So, and that's what VAR did for soccer. So and I think it's ruined the game. I think it's piss poor. And I think referees don't use it for what it should be. It should be, as you say, the clear and obvious. Like you see it once or twice and go, that's definitely wrong. That's clear and obvious for me. Anything where you're looking at it 4 times, 5 times, 10 times, 20 times, that's not clear and obvious. Wherever the decision was on the field, that's where it should stay. It's that simple.
I agree with you, but I don't disagree with you. I watch rugby a lot, as you well know. We've both played the game as well. The amount of times they spend on, is it a try, isn't it a try, was it a knock-on, was it not, what went on in the build, it's ruining the game, mate. You've got an 80-minute game. I mean, I timed myself the other day watching a Newcastle game who were playing, and I sat here with my dad watching it, and an 80-minute game ended up being 102 minutes because of all the stoppages, whatever else, and you're like, come on, guys, this is ridiculous. Yeah, and that's what I don't want the NFL to end up being, because the NFL want a 3-hour game. That's it. That is what they're ideally looking at, a 3-hour game. But I understand exactly where Scott G's coming from by saying they're trying to minimize the debacle of the last time replacement refs were on. Deluxe says if the refs...
Are they actually that... Have replacement refs... Surely, if they've got the replay assist next to them, can't they do the same as the other referees?
I don't know.
If they're that bad, and the main referees are bad, and you've got replay assist there to assist them in every single play, which is what can happen now if you make a clear and obvious error, then it shouldn't matter who the fuck's the referee, should it really? You can put me there, referee, and I go, yeah, it's holding, and it's not. And then replay assist goes, no, it's not holding. Replay the down. All right, yeah. You see what I mean? So, so do you really need a referee? If you're going to be replay assisting it every single time, or the big clear and obvious every single time, it's a bit annoying, really.
So saying here, Deluxe is saying here, if the refs are full time, they should have a responsibility to work with the teams during the week, opposed to just showing up on game day. Couldn't agree more with you, absolutely. Yeah. And then Yam says they want to be part time, though they don't want to be classified as full time, so they can just be at the NFL's beck and call all year.
Yeah, but this is the game, though, isn't it? This is what you're signing up for being a referee. You're not like, oh, well, I'm a lawyer 4 days of the week. And now I'm going to be and I'm now an NFL referee as well. Because a lot of these guys they have like really good jobs, most of them. You know what I mean? They're not like bums or anything like that. So that's why you don't want to really be full time. Not because NFL beck and call. It's because they've got good, high paying jobs in other areas, and this is an extra for them. And that's why you don't take it as serious as you should do.
Deluxe says a 60-minute game on 3 hours on TV. Technology, if used correctly, can actually speed it up. Yam says, I agree with Deluxe. It helped basketball a lot until baseball sucks. UFL game as well. He's saying a quick with all the technology that's being used. And then Scott G says, you're missing the point. I'm not sure what point you're missing, but I don't know. Agree with Scouts being part-time allows them time off to take other jobs. Yeah, we know that. Yeah. We know what
a lot of them do have good jobs. You know what I mean? Like
I do still find it odd that this is the only sport that has, you say, at a high level that doesn't have a full-time referee. Every other sport is full-time,
and especially the money that's involved in the sport. I mean, this is crazy money. That let's say some guys want 50 mil a year. You know what I mean? Like it's fucking. That's just one player, 50 mil a year. You know, and the referees are getting what, $100,000 or something a year, something like that, because they're only there on game day.
Don't know. I don't know how much they get paid.
I understand you shouldn't get paid when you're a player, but what I'm trying to say is that these guys are meant to be running the game. These guys are meant to be officiating the game, and whatever they say should go. And unfortunately, they're all just fucking like. Sometimes we've heard all the conspiracy theories, haven't we? That there's certain guys will, the NFL said, that the Chiefs are going to have to do well this year, so. You better start making it easier for them and stuff like that. So other teams are going to get the shit dodgy decisions at the wrong time and all this, you know what I mean? Because they know when it's an important down and when it isn't, you know what I mean? Or an important time in the game. And they just cause some weird fucking penalty that wasn't. Do you know what I mean? And it's just, and I hope that's what this, if you use it properly, what this new rule is. But we'll have to see how they use it. And will they use it properly? And I don't think they will. I think they'll keep making mistakes like VAR do all the time, just re-refereeing every big decision, every big game, every big play. It's crazy.
So Deluxe says, if you could be a ref and work 5-day week doing so, would you do it? Depends on how much you get paid, doesn't it? I mean, ultimately, it's about money. You know what I mean? Everyone goes to work, Deluxe, to get paid, don't they? You know, at the end of the day, that's what we all do. But I don't know how much NFL referees get paid. I honestly couldn't tell you. Last one, mate, we'll move on from referees because we've spent far too long on that, is player welfare. Teams now must employ a full-time mental health clinician, which is good.
I like that.
I
think it's a good thing. Yeah. I mean, it's to be fair, a lot of teams have had sports psychologists in the building anyway. So this is not a big rule change or anything like that. It's just a case of that now it's mandatory that you got to have at least one type of sports psychologist or mental health therapist or whatever you want to call them. Which again I think is useful. You know, some of these players are under a lot of pressure. You know, they earn a lot of money, especially with the ones who earn a lot of money. You know, the ones who earn a lot of money, there's a lot of expectation, there's a lot of TV on them, a lot of media on them. You fuck up, you're going to get rinsed in the media, to see what I mean. So there's a lot of pressure on these things. And even the guys who were trying to make the team, even though they might have the big name in the media, but their pressure as well to even get a job. You know what I mean? Just to feed the families. You know what I mean? So they feel the pressure that way. So it's definitely a good thing.
I agree, completely agree. I think it's always good to talk, no matter what. Everyone's got issues. So yeah, always talking helps. You know what I mean? No matter what they say. A problem halved is a problem solved, as they say. Finally, mate, the ones that didn't pass. We'll very, very quickly go through these. Future draft pick, trading expansion, 5 years didn't pass. The tush push is still allowed. Oh God, and no playoff format changes. That's fine by me, as it stands at the moment. It does really great. It does grate on me a little bit that if you're in an awful conference and you've won your conference with like 7 wins or 8 wins, but there's a team who's won like 13 wins, doesn't get in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. That's a bit galling.
Sometimes you can say it's just luck at the draw.
It is. We did it. Yeah, we did it. Yeah.
Did it with one.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a good way to get into it, because at the end of the day, you know you're going to get beat first round because you're just not a good team. You know, if you've got a losing record, you're just not a good team. No matter how many good players you got or talent you've got, you're just not a good team if you are below 500. So, you know, it's just shit, really.
Exactly. So there you go. Deluxe has put it on the screen here. It's according to Google, NFL refs make $205K a season. He says, "Sign me up." Yeah, me too, mate. Absolutely. No
$200K a season, and you're doing what? Even if you say 6 months of the year, even if you say 6 months of the year because they keep themselves fit or whatever. You know, it says
200 to 250 depending on experience and role. Wow. I mean, that is, yeah.
No wonder they don't want to go full time, because you're going to full time and you're probably going to give them, say, maybe $350 or something like that. They're probably earning more than that from other jobs. See what I mean? Whereas they're not going to get double if you give them full time. They're not going to double the money. You know what I mean? So I understand why the refs don't want to be full time. I get it. It's just, you know, it's like, the thing is, it is an amazing position to have, because there is virtually zero accountability for them. Like, referees can fuck up all game, and all you get is you damn refs, blah, blah, blah. You don't see these guys getting benched. You don't see these referees getting benched or putting them into fucking the UFL for the season because they've been punished because they was shite. You know what I mean? There's nothing.
There's nothing to go into.
Yeah. There's nothing to do. Or you just don't pick them. There you go. No, you are not refereeing now for 4 games, and you're gonna lose your paycheck. Now that shit will make people start wake up and you know, fixing up and looking sharp. Do you know what I mean? So that's what you need to do. If you really want referees to be good.
Deluxe says, "I've got to go. Got to fill out a job application." Yeah, exactly, mate. I get you.
I'll fill one in for me, and I'll just sign it at the end.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's that time now. Scaz will get onto it, mate. We're going to do our mock draft, our first mock draft. So if you're in the chat, spam the chat. Who do you want? What do you want to get into? Do you want wide receiver? Do you want to take a corner? Do you want to go best player available? Put in there what you want. We'll have a bit of an argument with the chat while we're here. We'll probably have an argument as well over what we're doing, who we're taking, and how the draft will bear. We can either draft some superstars here, or we can draft some absolute duds. We'll let the chat grade us afterwards as well. No doubt Scott G will give us an F anyway, but it is what it is. So we'll put it on.
Use the G, Scott G.
Yeah, we'll put it. Yeah, you could do. We'll put it on the stage, and we'll go from here. Hopefully, you can see this on your screens at home. We'll do a 7-round mock draft. It'll be very quick. We'll stick it on fast. Scouts, I'm happy to use the consensus big board because I think that's the most reliable one. Obviously, we're picking Washington here. We might get some trades in here as well, so we can entertain them if we get there. But let's go for it and see where we go. So. Bosh. There's been a few have gone so far. I will minimize these adverts. Apologies for that. Right. So far, Spencer Fano has gone at 6. I will try and so I'll go up. So Mendoza, and apparently the Jets traded. Really?
Wow.
And then Francis Maui Noah is coming at 2nd. Ruben Bain 3rd. David Bailey 4th, Sonny Styles 5th, Spencer Fano tackle goes to the Browns at 6. So we currently do not have a trade. No one has asked us for a trade, but on our current board we have Arvell Reese, we have Jeremiah Love, we still have Caleb Downs, we have Carnell Tate and Mansour Delane.
Yeah, we have.
This is a dilemma, mate. This is a very, very dilemma. All of them and any of them players. I would take. The next one, apparently on the consensus board that's over at 12 there, he's rated as 12, is Jordan Tyson. I wouldn't be looking at Jordan Tyson just due to the injury history. That's just my opinion, obviously. Now, let's argue it out, mate. What are we doing here? What are we going to do? Are we going to give Jaden a weapon? Are we going to give him a running back or a wide receiver? Or are we going to go safety? Are we going to go corner? Do you want to try and trade with somebody?
Well, no one's offered us a trade, have they? So we kind of
but doesn't mean that we can't trade.
Yeah, but I mean, to be fair, with that board there, you can't miss, really.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't take the receivers, but the other 4 guys, I mean, you could argue for any one of them.
Okay, so I'm reading.
It's the first time in any draft any mock draft that I've done, Arvell Reese has been there. He's always gone before 7. So this is interesting, because normally he's never been on my board because he's always taken.
Yeah, he's always gone at 2.
Yeah, he's gone at 2 exactly. So a bit of a shock there, that one, and he's going to be a great player, Reese. So it's kind of
absolutely is.
To be fair, I'd say I don't think you can go wrong with Reese, Love, Downs, or Delane.
I'm looking at this, and the chat is saying so. Yam's on, Deluxe is on, Jesse's on, Scott G's on. They've all said draft Love.
Take Love, yeah. Give JD a weapon. Yeah, I mean, I say my board, if you with realistic guys, normally will be Downs at 1, Love 2. That'd be and then Delane 3. That'd be my top 3 guys in order. But again, but I understand everyone wants Love, and I understand why everyone wants Love. You know what I mean? Like, he's a quality player. But again, Downs is quality. I think he'd make a bigger difference to defense than what Love will to our offense. Just because I think our O-line is trash, especially up in the middle, left guard and center. I think it's absolute trash. Which I think Love's going to struggle in that kind of offensive line. But what do you think? What are you going for? What would you go for in this one here?
I don't know. Just 2 seconds. So answer the phone because someone is near the board is calling for Love. Absolutely. If it was me, I'm kind of on the same wavelength as you. I mean, Caleb Downs is my number 1 overall prospect, as we know. I do understand and get the is too high for a safety to be picked. And I get the comparisons, and straight away, every single fan in this fan base will say, well, it's not Sean Taylor. No one is Sean Taylor and never will be. Okay, let's get that out of your head. This guy is a generational talent. I then would have Sonny Styles, if he was still here, is my second on my board, and then Love after that.
See, I think with Styles, I think that we don't. I mean, would he be good for us? Yes. But is he a true, real need right now? No, I don't think he is. I think you've got Leo Chanel quality. I love the guy. I think he's one of probably the best off-season signing we've done. I really rate him that highly. And then you still got Luvu as well, and a couple of youth pieces that people seem to be high on. Like McGee and all the rest. So I'm not tripping over if Styles is there or isn't.
So, yeah, I understand that. Yam, what I was saying there is Styles was taken, but it was just who is on my board. Who is on my board. So, yeah, wasn't Styles taken. Jesse says Downs definitely wouldn't be a bigger impact. We don't have a middle linebacker. Yeah, I agree with that. And we do. We have McGee, but I get what you're saying. They might transition Leo Chanel to middle linebacker. Yeah, we'll have Bobby back. Right, I think we should do what the chat says. Let's pull the plug and let's take Jeremiah Love. What do you say to that?
Yeah, okay.
You're gonna hate me for that. Go for Love, right? Okay, we're giving it some love. Jeremiah Love is now a Washington Commander. Now we are at 71, which is should smash through quite quickly. Oh. A 7th and 72.
Down by one.
You move back one spot. So I think that's because AJ Halsey's still on this board at the moment. David Igbenoson's very good as well. Keontae Scott's very good. Keith Abney's a great corner as well. Atlanta are offering a 79 and 122. Can we? I don't want a 7th for next year. I know next year's draft's great, but a 7th really isn't worth it. So let's see if we can try and finesse something out of the Cincinnati Bengals. Maybe like they're not gonna give us 110. They might give us. I'll try 199. Do you reckon to move back?
Try spot? No, yeah.
Probably say no. Yeah, let's try that, and they'll go no. Piss off. Oh, it's been accepted. There you go. So move back one. Right, happy days.
Who did they pick?
Max. I'm gonna have a.
Max
picked a tight end. A tight end out of Ohio State.
Cheers, Bengals.
Yeah, fair enough. So this is the current board at the moment as to what they're saying is on here. We've got Mike Washington, but we don't need a running back. Obviously, you've just taken.
Imagine having him as well.
I know. AJ Halsey out of LSU is very, very good corner.
Now again, safety. I
think he's.
Is he a free?
Is
he a free safety?
Sorry, he's a safety. Yeah, yes, he is a free safety.
He's a free safety. Yeah.
It doesn't have a write up on him.
Let's see what's his sport with it. Let's have a look at his coverage.
Yeah, we can have a look at his. Traits. Let's have a look. Prospect grade 84.5. So eye discipline, time and instincts is a 9. Hand control, coordination is an 8.8. Is disruptive, catch point, impact player. Processing, blue chip player is what they're saying. So they're both saying he's a blue chip player. Physically, he's elite. Above average is the scoring scale here. So gold is obviously 10. Blue chip is 9. Technique and positioning, elite. Agility, twitch, above average. Explosiveness, hip fluidity, run support's good. He's got decent enough long speed. His size is average. Okay, so he's a very good safety. But do you want a safety or do you look at corner? I mean, Keontae Scott is more of I think he is, he's 6 foot, but I think he's more of a slot guy. I might be wrong.
Yeah, we don't need those slots. We need to pop it outside boundary corner if we want to get a corner.
We do. Yeah, absolutely do. What's he saying? Explosive, long strider, springy coverage, support defender, elite processor with fast-flowing style, relentless physicality. Be an older rookie, but he's an immediate impact as a nickel. Yeah, you see, that's not kind of what we need right now. I really like Igbenosun. I think he's a great corner from Ohio State. I also like Keith Abney, but it seems to be a lot of corners on here. Let's have a look at what we've got in there on offense.
What's the receiver like? Yeah, what's the receiver like?
That's exactly what I was going to look at.
Malachi Fields.
So Malachi Fields, Jacoby Lane as well. Bryce Lance is pretty decent, but I'm maybe with you. It's a bit early potential. That's who I probably would have took.
The center. Speaking of centers, who's the centers?
Oh, there's loads. We've got loads of time for a center. I think we've got Jake Slaughter out of Florida.
Do we though? Okay. All right. Okay. So
I don't know. Maybe Connor Lou might still be there. Logan Jones, as you like him too. So what picks have we got? Just to be honest,
we've got 147. So we're like miles off after this one. So and I think last time we did a mock draft for the bunker, and all the centers went before we picked next.
They did actually. Yeah, you're right.
So it was a problem. So it's a bit like.
I'm still saying that we're going to sort centre in free agency.
Do you genuinely believe that? I don't think we've done nothing so far. We've done nothing
I think Pochek there. Fields is the pick for I think you're probably right. I think Fields is the pick here. But let's have a look and see Malachi Fields from Notre Dame.
He's 6'4" beast, isn't he?
He is a beast. Yeah, absolutely. Dual threat. He was a dual threat. He was a quarterback at high school. Obviously, moved to transition to wide receiver. He's going to be definitely a top 100 player, that's for sure. But multi-level separator. There you go.
Needs to find his game to be that. That's what it says.
Oh, is that what he said? Was it?
He's not separated. No, he's a big guy. He's a big-bodied receiver. So it's kind of
so.
So he'd be good in red zone for us. Do you know what I mean? He'd be a good red zone.
He's a good red zone threat.
I don't know if he'd be a true wide receiver too, though. I don't know. I'm a bit like he could make it. He could be a wide receiver too, as in genuine, or he could just be another fucking bust. You know what I mean? Like that's the problem.
So what are you doing here then? What would you want to do? Do you want to get a corner
and just hope to God that that I'm going to trust you and say that we're going to get somebody at center in free agency or via some sort of trade or something, because I know the guys would be gone by the time we pick next. So
let's have a look then.
You want to go Fields? Yeah.
Fields is in. Let's see where we go.
To be fair, we have done a lot on defense in the off season.
We have.
So we understand this whole offense in the first couple of rounds.
Ooh. So it's running back, tight ends.
Really young. That's interesting.
Massis is good. What's Sam saying now? I talked with Fred Smith a few days ago, and he personally wants the team to go Love and Fields. Kind of funny. Yeah, there you go. All right, we'll keep Fred Smoot happy. Then there you go. Let's see where we are on the board.
I do like 145. Shit. Yeah. I had him in the 7th, maybe the 6th.
Yeah, I had him in the 7th as well. Yeah, Brock Myers probably the only one that I know of here. Pat Coogan's not too bad at Indiana, but he's rated as 200th pick, and our next pick is 187. So let's have a look back at center.
The true starting centers are just going to be gone by the time we pick after that.
Yeah,
other ones, which is annoying, but.
So Landon Robinson's not too bad. I like Massis as a cornerback. I do like him. I do rate him. I'm not saying let's just go back to corner. I mean, he's 6'1".
Is he a boundary guy?
Yeah. Yes, I believe so, yeah. Tackle and penalties remain areas for improvement. It lacks elite vertical speed, but nonetheless a clear starting ability in man-heavy schemes.
Okay, well, we are going to play a lot more man, I think, this year. Press man stuff, so maybe.
So yeah, if you look at his figures here, it's only got a 92.1 true media grade, forced incompletion percentage of 20%, passes the production test. The tape also rings true for a rising senior. Long and lean with right profile to dictate press.
Long and lean. Who's that remind you of?
Emmanuel Forbes. Where's he? Yeah, I do like Masses. So where would you go here then? Will you see what edges out there? See if there's anything at linebackers.
I mean, I'm probably I think linebacker.
Tyreek Sams. Tari York's pretty good from Texas A&M. I rate him quite a lot. Bryce Bottiger's pretty good as well. He's a middle linebacker, 6'2", 225. Pretty decent. I mean, it's saying here this is who they look after, but they're all 7th round, 4th round pick. Gerald Hayes from 2003. They're saying that he's similar to him. He wasn't much. I like Tariq York. But he's quite small. That's the only problem with him. From joined Texas A&M, 3-star recruit.
Like sub 31-inch arms as well.
Exactly. But he is the one of the best Mike linebackers in the class, an elite processor who can command his unit pre-snap, toy with the offensive projections to get favorable matchups. And remember, this isn't someone who you're probably looking to start. This is kind of a we're almost in the territory here of
if you're an elite processor, that's going to give you a chance to get on the field.
Of course, it is.
End of story. Even if you're not as fast or you're not as whatever, but if your processing is that good, you're going to be there that half step quicker anyway. So you
Gary,
can get a bit slower.
Gary says Harold Perkins is pretty good. The center from Texas A&M, is the center from Texas A&M still available? I will have a look, Jesse. I don't believe he is. Who is the center from Texas A&M? Couldn't tell you. No, by the looks of it. No, he isn't. Right. What do you want to do here?
You picking Carson Beck then?
No, I wasn't. Jesus, no, I'm not picking Carson Beck.
To be fair, I think I've got to go. I think we do need to still go center. I really do. I know these guys aren't big names, but
they're in the 200s.
They're truly 100% confident on it.
At 1-8, we've got 187 next. That's what I'm saying. So we picked. Remember, we picked up a pick. We picked up 199.
Okay. So what about kind of?
So I would probably go either corner or linebacker here.
He's a big one here. Zane Durant. He's saying Zane Durant.
Yeah. On defense at edge, is he?
It's Adam then.
Zane Durant. Yeah. Where is Zane Durant? Where would he be? I don't know the prospect, to be fair. I'm not sure on that one. It's kind of defense.
He is tackle.
Tackle out of Penn State. Yeah, Taft's pretty good as well. VJ Payne's pretty good as a safety.
I mean, do you think is Durant the guy who's going to take over from Dewan Payne? It's always what guys thinking in the
chat. He's a 3 tech. He's a 3 tech. Yeah.
So again, he might suit our system quite well. Do you want to go DT? Yeah, do you want to go DT?
Yeah, we could do absolutely. We'll go with what the chat.
No one's really standing out on me at this pick at this moment. So.
No one's either with me. So let's go Zane Durant then. Lock it in. It's done. All right.
We'll lock it in.
Have a look. We'll see where we get to now. So we are back on the clock, I believe.
Taylor Green stays. I'd like to pick him if he's available.
Yeah, me too. So we are at 187 now.
Still there?
Let's see. Yeah, we're still there. We're at 187 now. So let's see. He's still there. Taylor Green, QB at Arkansas.
I'm tempted with that. I think he's going to be the next Taysom Hill. I really do.
Still got centers.
But are these guys genuine starting quality? Yeah. These guys, Coogan.
No, probably not. Brockelmeyer could make it.
I mean, I understand. I mean, it could be useful to get a center as your third stringer for this one season, then obviously you sack off Allegretti. Because obviously I don't want him in my squad. I don't want anyone near my squad. But he's a spot. It says he's a spot starter, Pat Coogan. So Brockelmeyer, I do like him as well. So expected day 3 prospect projects as quality depth at the immediate timeline, but could take starting reps in relief. 4-star recruit out of Texas. Miami, been there. Physically not built to dish out high-end, high power on extensions. We need someone who can actually fucking move, but also be able to block. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I know. Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I mean,
Kennedy's nice as a safety.
Again,
Price looks okay.
I like the idea of Taylor Green. I really do. I just like.
I
know it's like, I know he's not very good at throwing the ball. I'm telling you now, but he could be the Taysom Hill. I really can. He's 6'6". He's massive. He's bloody fast. I mean, he's built. Do you know what I mean? Like, so it's just a case of he would be a guy that could be useful. But then also I saw Price Stock as well. He was at the combine and he looked pretty sharp as well.
Yeah, he looked pretty good. Yeah, he did. He's got over 33-inch arms, wingspan of over 80, 6'3", 196, a 4.45 speed, elite explosiveness.
So why is this guy still here then? If with those kind of measurables, why is he still there at 180, whatever it is?
No idea, mate. I'm just trying to see what he's saying here. Pricelock has created a player mix of speed, quickness, fluidity to length, flashes his ability to play inside and out, processes well in space, can attack blocks with his length. Floor as a starter is lower than average, but his scheme versatility ceiling compared to if he can tighten down his technique in contact and catch point situation.
That's something that he can train, isn't it? And we've got a very good defensive coordinator who's meant to be a DB whisperer. Do you know what I mean? So I think that could be the pick.
I think so too. Yeah, I really do.
Corner.
Let's do it.
Price
socket is. Next one's 199. Oh, we've got a trade offer 216 and 214. Nah, we'll go away from that. Cole Payton's there as a QB. We have wide receivers now. We have a tackle on the board. Tyreek Sapp's still there as an edge. I think he's a good edge prospect. 6'3", 265. Not necessarily an edge. 5-star recruit. Coming out of high school. Florida defender. Yeah, he's decent, you know. High mass, deep edge defender. This is your Jacob Martin kind of type edge, rather than being a proper edge. He's a run stopper as well. So I would be looking at him as well potentially.
It could be useful. Who else is available on offense?
PFN is weird. You're right, but I'm not. I've switched. Yeah. So Gary is saying here PFN is weird, and he's saying I switched the consensus to PFF. So I went to the consensus board rather than PFF. But yeah, we'll check linebacker here. Draft a fucking no. That's Andy Burrows. That's Andy Burrows' kicker. That's Andy Burrows' pick. Let's have a look at centre then. We'll see what we've got still on the board. Pat Coogan's still there.
That's not a bad pick at 199.
What's defensive linebackers saying? Red Murdoch's is he okay? I don't know. I've heard of him, but I'm not sure. 6'1", 240, senior.
Hey, he's a Virginia boy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Let's have a look.
Injury prone, looks like.
He's injury prone, yeah. Maybe we go centre here then, just a bit of depth. What do you think?
Yeah.
Would you go Pat Coogan?
Yeah. Let's go Coogan.
Pat Coogan.
What we got now?
223 is 209 is our next pick. Yeah. So we are at 209 now. So Cole Payton's there, North Dakota State QB. Armel Wagner's still there.
Armel Wagner's still there.
Big tackle at Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
4-star recruit. 6'6", 295. What's he saying here? Locker room leader with 2 years of starting experience. Yeah, he'll get NFL interest. 34.5-inch arms. Excellent proportional length, lean mass. 5'5". Yeah, wow, that's quite a big 9 broad jump.
Quite quick for a big guy.
Yeah, absolutely. At times, however, he's limited on the lateral plane by hip stiffness and very little knee bend.
If we're going to play the kind of offense I think we are, with a lot of zone, outside zone stuff, he probably wouldn't be great. if you can't laterally move.
It's saying he could take reps at starting at right tackle, is what they're saying. Maybe you move him inside to right guard. Do you know what I mean? In the future, if you were going to take someone like this, would you take a tight end potentially?
I'm happy with the tight end room. We got the shoe stars.
I'm happy. I am too.
I'm hoping the Sinner shows up to be the true number 2 there. But
I actually think we take this.
I think we take Wagner,
and use him as a project. Yeah.
Let's have a look. Any receivers?
Oh yeah, good shout. Let's have a look at receivers. Receiver. Not much. Jordan Hudson, Lewis Bond. I mean, maybe. Maybe. Maybe we pick him last. What's he saying here? 3-star recruit, 5'11", 190, sub 30 arms. Thickly built midsection and lower body.
He's going to be a potential slot receiver, isn't he? That's what he's going to be.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. We've got enough slot receivers.
Yeah, we've got quite a few dudes there.
Jordan Hudson, 6'1", 200.
Caleb Douglas. This guy, he loves this guy called Caleb Douglas.
I've never heard of him, to be fair, but let's have a look.
Wide receiver, Texas
Tech. Yeah.
6'4".
Oof. Big old boy.
Do we pick up Fields? We'd have 2 beasts, wouldn't it? Two beasts.
We did pick up Fields, yeah. Let's have a look back at our picks. So Malachi Fields was 72, Love at 7, Zane Durant at 147, a corner at 187, and then obviously centre at 199. So we're at 209 at the minute. So I think receivers, I probably wouldn't go receiver, to be fair. I think we take this tackle. Well, that's up to you
want to go Wagner
and the chat.
You want to go Wagner, do you?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
To be fair,
hang on. He said he's got a 9.4 RAS score. I mean, there's potential there, but I mean, how big is the wide receiver? Yeah, how big is the wide receiver?
We've still got some guys that are,
De'Ami Brown, you're on your bike.
Yeah, it's and you can always use a big body receiver, and if he's a 9.4 in the RAS, means that he's pretty quick as well. So
and he might still be with our would he be with our last pick? I don't know. We're at 209. He's rated as 207, so it's about right.
Yeah.
What do you think? You tell me. You're in charge. Do you go tackle and hope, or do you go with a receiver? Because is he even going to make the roster, mate? We're arguing over a 7th round pick here. Come on, let's just let's just take Douglas then. We'll do what the chat says. There you go, done. And we'll get back. We'll get on to the last pick of the draft, which will be probably Andy Burrows. And here we are, Andy. Let's find the worst name possible.
Rene Conger.
If Burrows, if it's Rene Conger and you don't come out going there'll be a problem, honestly. Paulie, well, thank you for being here. Appreciate it. I don't know. Let's Red Murdoch's still there. We have a running back, Vincent Anthony Jr. Don't know anything about him. Jordan Hudson.
What about kicker?
Really?
Yeah. Let's have a look at
kickers. The kickers are like 400th.
There's
not even many kickers here. Yeah. If we draft a kicker, there's an instant F. I'm not drafting a kicker. Not a chance.
Why not?
No way. No. I never draft a kicker.
The guy who's hitting 70 yarders in training. Was that guy?
He's not even on the board. No, he's not. He's not even on the board.
He's going to be getting drafted, I'm telling you now.
I think Caden Curry from Ohio State's the only pick here that's worth even looking at. 6'3", 260, decent enough. Decent. I know you don't scout the helmet, but he's decent enough. I mean, there you go. 2025 broke out, most disruptive threat off the edge. 11 sacks, 16 and a half tackles for loss in 14 games. Really? How is he still here?
Yeah, projected 5th round. He's here at the 7th.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, and he's here at the very end of the 7th. So this is a no-brainer. Absolutely no-brainer for me.
Never likely to be an NFL starter, but he could be a rotational.
Yeah, functioning alignment, rotational presence. That's what you need.
When you're looking at that for 7th, aren't you? I mean, you're looking to get.
Yeah, but I mean, really. Let's. I mean, if you look at his numbers here, this is what I'm saying here. So drafters, limited traits, motor, hand. What's saying? Spent his entire career with Ohio State. First signed as a 4-star recruit. Right away, earned the spot in the rotation. 4.5 sacks, 8.5 tackles from 22 to 24. Didn't do a lot. Great, but took. This is interesting. But took multiple alignments on special teams. 2025 broke out as the team's most disruptive threat off the edge in Ohio State. Yeah, I think that's an absolute no-brainer for me.
Obviously, I mean, we'll take him, but it's like all I say is,
I know you're scouting a helmet. I know.
Yeah, you're looking at one of the best teams in
that.
college. You know, you're going to get more options there. So let's have a look.
It doesn't give us a grade. But this is who we've picked. So we picked Jeremiah Love at 7. We picked Malachi Fields at 72. We traded away 71 and picked up 199. Zane Durant, DT out of Penn State. That will be an interesting one for Burrows to say, but I can't remember. Prysock is what his surname is.
Ephesians
Prysock, corner out of Washington. Pat
Coogan,
center out of Indiana.
That one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Caleb Douglas, a wide receiver out of Texas Tech, and then Caden Curry, edge out of Ohio State. So while we're on here and people are in the chat, give us a grade. What do you think? Are we cooked? Was it a disaster? Give us your overall grade on that one.
I'm sure Scott G be saying F. You know,
B. Scott G says a B. A B. Okay, fair play. Lots of offense, potential, plus a couple of defensive dogs. Love it. A-. Happy days. Thank you. Cheers, Gary. Appreciate that. But yeah, that's our mock draft, and that's the only one we're going to do before we get to the draft. I like it too, mate. I thought it was pretty good, actually, to be fair. Don't forget on the giveaway, 500 subscribers before the draft. That's what we're aiming for. Please give us a like. You're home for UK Commanders, but we also have obviously a lot of friends across the pond, and that's what we're here for. Go ahead, like and subscribe. Make sure you're subscribed, and right under this video, if you haven't entered already from last week's show, write subbed, SUBD, and then put Scouse afterwards, and that will give us that'll make sure you get an entry onto the Wheel of Doom, which we will do probably draft night. I think it's a Thursday, so we'll go draft night maybe, and we'll put the wheel up and we'll announce who the winner will be. And F, you didn't draft a kicker, says Jesse. Cos Scouse. Scott talked this Scouse out of a disaster, reach for a C and drafting a kicker, wait and stand on the table. Yeah, man, I'm never drafting a kicker. Never drafting a kicker.
Hey,
but
if any team should actually be loving kickers, it should be us. Why? We had the only MVP ever kicker, or kicker ever, whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
Rod says looks good, but big kicker at 7th round. yeah, I'm with you. Yeah.
I'm looking for the value there. I mean, some of these guys that are producing at kicker levels, man. Okay, yeah, a lot of them you find, and they are like XFL or coming through the streets. But the thing is, it's like, why can't you get one of those guys in the 7th and eliminate the risk of someone trying to get that guy before you? You know what I mean? If you get him, rather than going, oh, you know what? No one's going to draft this guy, so we'll just bring him in the next day. No. If you want the guy, you go and get the guy. Do you know what I mean? And if there's a specific kicker you like, then why not use a 7th on it? Because I just say 9 out of 10, 7th rounders are fucking binned anyway after 1 or 2 seasons. So, you know, it's kind of, well, if you land on a kicker, he puts points on the board.
Yeah,
he puts points on the board. You know, not many players actually do. He does. So, you know, a kicker's important, even though it might be a thing, oh, you know, might be a wasted pick or a talent or whatever. But it's not. It's like, if he puts points on the board, if he's consistent and you draft well, then they're worth it. If they're not, then obviously, you know, they're not. But like anything, isn't it? You know, like any draft pick, you could work out or you can't. You know, it really is 50-50.
So we'll get into our fan questions then, just to finish us off. Thank you, everyone, for being here already. We really appreciate it. First one comes in from Commanders 365, which is Sam M. He says, what positions do you see Washington targeting in the middle to late rounds of the draft? I mean, obviously, we've talked straight away about center, just did a mock draft there. What about you, Scouse? Are you wide receiver all over with that one?
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I might be even looking to trade down out of the 3rd as well. Not out of the way completely, but like, you know, down a little bit to try and get myself that extra pick that can get me center.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? At the moment, we're sticking at 71 or whatever it was, and you know we're taking someone like Fields or some type of receiver in that angle. But if we drop a few spots, like as we did before, we dropped one spot and got 199. If we dropped a few spots and got something similar, then you can look at still getting a starting centre grade caliber player rather than some guy you might hope that might do the business. But absolutely. Yeah, I think if we're staying where we're at, I think we're probably going to go with someone like Fields if he's there.
Yeah, I think that's right. Fields is probably kind of the answer there. Wide receiver, I think, is where you're going to target at 71.
Big target. He's a body shape we don't have, so he'd be useful to have in our wide receiver room. So.
And then I'd be targeting corner thereafter, or looking at least to put one corner out of the draft onto our team, because man, we're desperate for corners. We really are. So it's not a big room at the minute. So it's one of them. But Sam, thank you for your question as always. Make sure you keep them coming in. We will answer them. Deluxe got onto us. He says, doesn't offensive tackle get picked in the top 6? And which players in the top 6 could unexpectedly help Washington to have a target fall to 7? Now, it's an interesting one, Arch, and I know you're with us in the chat now. So Francis Mauigoa, obviously, everyone's talking about Francis Mauigoa. Monroe Freeling as well. Spencer Farno's getting a bit of talk, but only in the top 6, the only one I can see is the Browns taking Mauigoa. He's the only one I can see going. I really do think that there's potential that maybe the Cardinals could do something and take a tackle, but I'm not sure. What are your thoughts, Scouse, on it? I think a tackle will go.
Yeah, I mean tackles, especially if he's a left tackle, they do tend to go in the premium spots. So it's if whoever the best left tackle is, and if it is Mauigoa, then it's going to be him, and they always go top 10, always. So I think it's just going to be him. I think either the Cards or the Browns will probably take one.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't think both though. I think one will go in, but
I think it will be that. I think the Browns will take. I think they'll take Monroe Freeling. I think that's who the consensus pick from the Browns side is. So I think Mauigoa might end up going to the Cardinals. We might see 2 tackles go early. I really think it might, honestly.
That would help us.
It would massively help us, because then you're looking and going, well, what are we going to... People will drop down the board.
A bit like Arvell Reese dropping to us in our draft then. I genuinely don't see him in there.
I can't see that. I cannot see that.
It was 2 tackles. Was it 2 tackles you went it before?
Only one. It was only Mauigoa.
Yeah, didn't the Browns go for a DT?
No, Browns went Mauigoa in our draft just then.
Really? Okay.
Mm-hmm. That's 6. Yeah. But yeah, they've completely upgraded their O-line. Their O-line is massive. I think the actual biggest threat to us getting Love is the New York Giants. I'd rather he went to Tennessee than New York. Sonny Styles is my 2 option if Love is gone, followed by Delane, Downs, and Bailey. Yeah, I agree. I understand where you're coming from. I really like Delane. I really like Downs. I think New York are taking Sonny Styles. I think that's
the Giants can kick us in the nads either way here, because the Giants can go virtually anything here, because they've got a lot of holes too. I do think though they'll go linebacker. I think they'll go Styles. Just because they let Bobby Okereke go, so I'm thinking. Yeah. So for me, I think it's Styles, and that's not close. But you know what the Giants are like; they can always fuck you over, and they'll might pick some mad one. So they might pick a Love. But to be fair, should they really pick Love? I mean, they've got Scatterboo, and I like Scatterboo. Now, obviously,
he's coming off a bad injury, though, isn't he?
Bad injury. Don't know how well he's going to come back from it. So I understand that Love could be a guy that they might take. But again, I don't think we can. I generally don't think we could lose at 7. I really don't.
Mm-hmm. Me too. I really don't, unless we take a tackle.
No matter, yeah. Unless we pick something stupid, yeah, like a tackle or fucking center or something like that. You know what I mean? Like something stupid right at a 7. But realistically, yeah, like you're gonna have one of the blue chippers that's gonna be there.
Yeah, absolutely.
It doesn't matter which position you just take. We in a position that, because of the good off season that we've done, our business, we can go best player available. Genuinely, we can do that. and we can get away with it. You know what I mean? Usually we're always like, oh, we've got a gaping hole here, we need this. But we can get away with it this time around. So, you know, I say for me, I think Downs is the true elite safety, the best safety in this draft by a mile. I think Delane is the best corner. I love Delane. I think it's gonna be true lockdown. I mean, again, I wouldn't be upset with any one of these. Love as well. Again, you know, generational running back. Again, it's the same. You can't really go wrong. Even if all 3 of those guys are gone, you're still going to end up with an Arvell Reese. So you're going to end up with a
Bailey,
or see what I mean. So you're never gonna go. You can't go far wrong here. You really would mess it up. Like if you got to do something really wrong here to mess this up at 7. You really do.
Agreed. Yam says, so say the team does get Love at 7. What do you believe is next in play at 71? We've probably already been through that. He says, I feel like we need another true wide receiver too. Do we get one at 71? Yeah,
that's why we look at field. Yeah, that's why we look at field.
Exactly. Yeah. Our final question then is a bit of a strange question, and not strange in a bad way. It's bus driving fraud. Mike Allen, otherwise known as Canada Mike, for those who've been around for a while. Shout out to you. I hope you're well. He says, at what point do we accept Jayden Daniels has the talent but not the durability to succeed in the NFL? Question mark.
Well, I think at the moment you've got to give him the benefit of the doubt. At this moment,
absolutely.
He's played 5 years in college, 1 year in the NFL, no injuries, and then only last season, he got banged up big time. 3 different injuries. But that's only 1 season, and I'm hoping that it's just literally like that's all it's going to be. It's just that 1 season, and he's going to come back, fitter, stronger, better, and. So at the moment, I'm still kind of thinking he's fine. If he starts becoming more of a problem, and he keeps getting injured regularly, he's missing lots of games, then I was going to start worrying, especially towards the end of the season, maybe this time next year. You're thinking if he's injured again and he misses loads of games, I'm a bit more worried then. But again, I'm still worried about that anyway because I genuinely believe our left guard and centre just aren't good enough. Being honest, I really do. So we need to upgrade that, and I don't know. I don't think we're going to be able to do it in the draft. And I don't think there's many guys left in free agency. I mean, people talk about Pochich. Now, the thing is, though, this guy played for the Cleveland Browns. He was fucking awful. You know what I mean? And he didn't really stand out there like he was, that he was by far the best lineman they had. And if he was, they would have signed him back, wouldn't they? So it's kind of is he better than Allegretti? Yes. But again, that's a low bar. It's a very low bar. So, yeah, and I say, and if you're thinking Chris Paul's going to be your left guard, I mean, okay, fine. He's solid in pass pro, yeah, give him that. He's awful in the run game. So it's kind of like, well, where do you go with that? And they're saying that's the only problem with me taking Love, is that bit can break down a running back's game so much when you don't have a guy, we don't have guys who can run block properly, And that's my only concern. Like if we had a more solid run game offensive lineman, I'm talking that left guard, a lot more solid. With center, you don't really run too much behind the center. You do a little bit, but not all the time. And you kind of center helps out one of the linemen normally, don't they? They move to one side. And but with your left guard not being very good at run game, it is a worry that So that's why I wouldn't go Love first. That's why he wouldn't be my first choice. Not because he's not good enough. It's just because of our line is at this moment. So, but yeah, man, what do you think?
Yeah, JD5. Back to the point on JD5. I think you've got to give him benefit of the doubt, as you said. We're in year 3. It's generational talent coming out. We knew what we were going to get with Jayden Daniels. We knew the quarterback fell in your lap, whichever way you looked at it. Caleb Williams, Drake May, or Jayden Daniels. I was happy. Look at his 2024 season. Unbelievable. Yes, last year you got injured. You got nicked up. There's not a lot we can do with that.
I mean, if you go back, obviously Canada Mike's one of our originals.
He's original. He is.
And the thing is that he knows when we were going through the process of getting Jaden Daniels at the start in the draft, and what we were always talking about at that point, and my point still stands even now. It's who'd you pick at 2, JD or Drake May, knowing that Williams was going to be gone. And we always said the same thing: talent, top notch, there all the time.
Yeah.
But we were worried about what? We were worried about
durability.
His build, not durability in general, because his college game he was fine. He didn't get hurt. But NFL's a different beast, and he's very slim. He's very wiry. He's very slim in that respect. And that's what I was worried about, where Drake May had the prototypical physique, 6'4", big guy, can take the tackles, all that type of stuff. Probably more durable, just off his body type, more than anything else. So I understand what Mike's trying to say. Coming back to this, it's kind of well, you did mention durability potentially being a problem, or because he's wiry and he's very slim. You mentioned it 2 years ago before we even got him. So I understand the point there. I understand the point, and it's still got to be something that's in the back of my mind. But again, you got to give him the benefit of the doubt. You got to hope that was just a bad freak season and that's it. There's no more of that happening. But yeah, I'm fingers crossed on that one, mate.
Same.
Just a quick catch up.
Just a quick catch up with the chat. Rod says he still has a feeling that Coleman might end up at centre.
I've heard about that.
He's taking snaps. He's taking snaps at centre.
But again, you got to be able to snap the ball. You know what I mean? Like people just kind of like, oh yeah, well you can play centre because you play guard. Well, technically, yeah, similar type of scheme, similar thing. Yeah. But you got to be able to snap the ball properly, be consistent with it every time.
Mm-hmm.
How many times did I saw Allegretti when he was doing it that some of the snaps are fucking over JD's head and you have to catch it up here?
But if you're under centre,
yeah, but you're not always going to be under centre, though, are you? You're going to be
run up
a lot, but not all the time.
I know that.
And then JD's got to learn a bit more of that as well. That's one thing that you just have to learn. He has to be more in the centre a bit more. He's got to really lean on not just the RPO game, but the actual, true play action pass type play as well.
Exactly, Gary. That has been confirmed that he will take snaps. Yep, agreed. But
that's like asking Tress Wade to kick a field goal, isn't it? Yeah, take some reps, mate. You see what I mean? Like that doesn't mean anything. That I mean, yeah, okay. Let's see if he can do it. Be great if he could. He's better blocker than shitty.
He did it last off season. That's what I'm saying to you. They did. He'd already taken snaps, like during training camp last year.
I think it's mad. So, I think this guy's a solid left tackle. I really do.
I do too.
I think he's
a good back. He's a good backup tackle. Yeah.
I thought when Tunsil was out for those last 3 games, I thought he was outstanding. Coleman.
Mm-hmm.
After he came back from his injury because he was hurt. We started at guard at the start of the season, and he was shit. Let's face it, he was. Mm-hmm. That's why he lost the job to Paul in the first place. But when he came back and he was healthy and he played left tackle, I thought he was outstanding. I thought, damn, you've got a damn good backup here. So why are you playing this guy centre just because he's versatile? But to be fair, it's like I understand you want to get your best players on the field. You're thinking that he's a better player than this guy, but not that guy. So you only find him a spot anywhere on the line, But it's for me, yeah, it's just a bit annoying, really, because I think he's really good. I think he's a really good tackle. And why do you want to waste that talent? It's hard to get tackles, so good tackles in the NFL, Easier to find guards, easier to find centers.
100%.
You know what I mean?
100% agree with you.
So why keep messing with this guy and keep going, oh, yeah, now you're going to be a center. Now you're going to be playing guard again. Now you're going to do a bit of tackle again. Like, no, just let these guys specialize in certain things. I understand, yeah, it's great that you can do that, but it's not what I want you to be doing. I want you to be solid at this position. You know what I mean? Like really solid, high level, not a big drop off if our main guy goes down. And that's what I saw. I saw that last season that Coleman can be Tunsil's here, but he's not far behind. Do you know what I mean? Like I thought he was really, really good. So
Don't disagree with you. Last one from the chat then. If you're worried about Love because of Paul and Algretti, it's actually worth the top 7 pick to any team. Pick is about more than one season. I agree, and I think Ashton Genty is going to be very, very good this season for the Raiders in exactly the same problem.
Yeah, but look how bad Genty was in his rookie season. He wasn't
because
even getting
the offensive line. Because of the offensive line.
Because they were awful. Yeah, exactly. You tackled behind the fucking line.
But does that not? But what we're saying there is, does that not prove Deluxe's point there by saying, well, hang on a minute, if you want him as a generational prospect,
that's why I wouldn't go Love.
Because you want him immediate. You want an immediate impact.
Yeah, I don't just want. I mean, I understand you could say, well, if you get Love now and then 1 year or 2 years time or even 3 years time, you might have a better center and a better left guard and all that, and then that's when he's going to break out. I mean, okay. But again, if you're a generational back, you don't want to be wasting this guy's talent early on.
Mm-hmm. I understand
because,
that.
as you know, with running backs, their longevity is a lot less than other positions. We know that.
On the tires.
Yeah, they get hurt, they get banged up in every single play, guaranteed. Very rare guys start at the elite level at 30, 29, 28, 30, around that time. Barkley's had it. But there's not many guys who've done it. And don't forget, Barkley's been injured so often as well before he got to Philly. He was injured so much with the Giants. So it's kind of, and why was he injured all the time? Because he was the only player they had, and he had shit O-line. So it's kind of like, what do you do? And that's why I'd rather go defense. I'd rather make sure our defense is absolutely on point, and then that helps Jaden as well. So I get it.
Fair enough. Right, we'll transition.
I'd argue with them either way as well.
Let's transition out of here. Let's bring it to reality for a second. In a few weeks, obviously, we're going to be on pick 7. A couple of weeks to go till the draft. As you said, I don't think we can get this wrong, mate. Every opinion that we've got, every argument that we've got, everything that we've just talked about will mean absolutely jack shit when Adam Peters goes, hell, you know what? That's what we're going to do. But I just don't think we can go wrong this year.
Do you know what would be the biggest mess of all time? AP going to the 49ers at 7, so we'll give you 7 for Ayuk. You know what I mean? Like something stupid like that.
I would, I'd go berserk. I'll be instantly live on here and going berserk. But there you go. Right, we'll be back the same time as we always are next week with more Commanders and NFL chat. Thank you all for being in the chat. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It means a lot to us. We'll finish off with Paulie Wood here. If you put that back on, him saying, I remain convinced that Ayuk is going to come to us. Random side, not college side where I live. Yeah, I don't know about that.
Yes, college.
So there you go. If I see BA in a Commander's uniform, I'll believe it. Correct, Gary? Yeah, it's a long running saga, and that's why we didn't get into it today.
I think he's going to be here, man. I think he'll be here. I really do. I genuinely believe he'll be here because we've only not mentioned it, but Kyle Shanahan absolutely hates us as this organization. Mm-hmm. The way Dan treated his dad when he was head coach here. And probably he got treated himself. Probably got shit like shit as well. So he's got real beef with Washington. Even though we're different now with different organization, it's still Washington, So he's still got that thing. This is why he's doing all this smoke and mirrors crap. Oh yeah, we don't have to release him. We don't have to help anybody else's team out. But the thing is, you're going to get to a point before the season starts. You're going to get to a point where they're going to be going, well, we're not going to pay you money. Mm-hmm. We're not going to let you play either. Now, as soon as the shit like that happens, you're withholding his money and you're not playing him. Then you're going to be finding a nice little lawsuit going their way as well because you're withholding the guy's right to work. See what I mean? You're withholding it. So they're definitely going to be. He's going to get released. It's just a matter of when.
He's going to get post June 1st cut.
Yeah, but it could be like they might release him before they got to pay him any sort of money, whenever that date is. That's when it's going to be, or it might be a nice little lawsuit there. So either way, he's going to get dropped. He's going to get cut at some point. But does AP have the cojones to not panic and wait for Ayuk to be your wide receiver too?
Well, funny enough,
It's going to be May. It's going to be June. It might even mean July before this guy gets cut. But it's going to be, but then it's messing with your mind then as AP, thinking, is he really going to let him go? Or are you not going to let him go? And then you're going to draft wrong.
Interestingly enough, there was a big conversation between obviously Lynch and Peters and Kyle Shanahan and Peters. They're obviously clearly talking about Ayuk, but Juwan Jennings is still out there as well. So I don't even think his market's dried up enormously. So there are still things we can do. We've still got $50 million to play with. So keep your seats, keep your bums on seats, and we'll wait and see what happens. Thank you everybody for being with us. We really do appreciate you being on. I hope the timings are a lot better for you, and thanks to all those who've been in the chat with us tonight. Can't thank you enough, and don't forget to like and subscribe. And remember what you need to put. Go back and listen if you need to. What you need to put in the end of in the comments on the YouTube there. And that about does us. We'll be back at the same time next week.
Bye.